Okay. This is my story of my very first convention.
Yay.
Um, I haven't told you
I
this.
feel like you did.
So I didn't know anything about conventions at all. And my first con was in 2010. So this is before like Uber was a thing or anything. And for some reason, like I'm like local to Jersey, but the first con I went to was in Katsukan, which is in Maryland. So that's like a 4 hour drive, right? Never been to DC really. And I was on the Katsukan Artist Alley forums, and I was just, someone was like, it was funny because it was the sister of someone who I'm a friend of now. They were like, "Oh, I have half a table. Does someone want to share?" And I was like, "Oh, let me share." So then I get this table, and then I'm like, I just YOLO and get the table. And I'm like, didn't plan for anything, had no products. All I did at that time was just Gaia commissions. That's all I knew how to do.
Oh my god.
Like chibi, Copic markers, Gaia commissions. So my cousin, who is the only other anime fan in the family, he has gone to cons before because he would go to like Otakon and be like, "Whoa, where'd you get this print?" And like, "Wow, that's so cool." So he was like, "Okay, let me help you out," right? So Katsucon had, by the way, no one do this because it's very stranger danger and I probably should have died. So someone had like a form where it was like, there's one for room share, one for like ride share, things like that, right? I didn't know anything about Bolt Bus or like busing down or like transportation. Me and my cousin both didn't drive. So this person had like a whole friend group, never met them before, weren't friends prior. They were like, "Oh yeah, I can drive up and like give you guys a ride down." And then so he did that, but on the weekend of Katsucon, it was like a huge blizzard on the East Coast from like Jersey down to Maryland, right? So there was like 4 feet of snow. So this guy comes, picks us up, me and my cousin. Thank God my cousin was there. And then, so we're like driving down, right? But he left like after his work. So he didn't get to Jersey until like 11 p.m. So we drive down, right? But he's super tired. And like in hindsight, I like halfway down the trip, it was just kind of like, yeah, maybe this was a bad idea. So I think he and his whole friend group lived in like a little bit deeper Virginia. So they drove down to Virginia, met up with all the friends, and then we went to the con. So originally we were gonna room share with them, and I think that's probably where the contact came in. So on the drive down, it was funny because he was in the driver's seat, I was sitting behind him, and then my cousin was in the passenger seat. There was like such a foul smell, and I was like, "What is this? Did someone fart? Like, did something happen?" Turns out that this person does not like shower at all. It was so bad. So for like 4 hours, right, I'm like cracking the window, like just like breathing air out there. So on the drive down, snowing a lot, like the highways were like full of snow, and he kept like passing out or like being really tired, right? So on the drive, I think when you pass like Delaware, there's like a lot of these like factory kind of things, right? And it's like a big highway that like swerves, right? Or like it's like a big curve. So this guy, he like swerves out once, and me and my cousin were like, "Hey man, you're really tired. There's a lot of rest stops. Let's just, let's take a break. You can take a nap, and then we can continue down." He's like, "No, no, no, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, right?" Second one, he swerves, and then we hit like a bank of snow, and then we had to get out of the car and push the car out because it was stuck. And then so we're just like, "Oh my god, we're going to die." So we get to Virginia. I don't remember where in like deeper Virginia it was, but like it was like 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. or something. And then he was like, "Oh, like let me just like park the car under like this parking lot of like the shopping center. Let me like take a nap real quick, and then we'll just go straight and like meet up with my friends, and then we'll go to the Gaylord Hotel." So we go there, and then I think like his friends were like pretty cool. They were okay, but it was just, I think as the day progressed, it was just like
Worse and worse.
it was just like very questionable. Like, but it was like at the time, because it was my first con, it was like, whoa, like, oh, I'm going to the convention, like look at all these people who are fans of anime, like wow. Because no one likes anime in like where we are from in Jersey, I guess. And so we go to the con, and then this guy still like smells super bad. So within like that group of friends, you know when a group of friends always has like this one leader. So like I was like chatting with him and I was like, yeah, dude, I don't know. That ride was kind of rough. We probably should have died. And then it was just like a really bad rooming situation. So then we go to Artist Alley. All I had at that point for like half a table were 4 mini prints and a shoebox to put a pillowcase cover over, and just to put a like, that was my display. That was it. And then I think at the time, this was before people had like photo stands and stuff, but I like looked around and like, you know, people had like PVC piping and like big prints and stuff, and I was like, oh, this is what people are doing. So I ended up chatting with these 2 girls from SCAD, and then I was like, you know, just being friendly and stuff, and they were like, dude, your rooming situation sounds like really bad, because it was like 1 room but like 10 people, and they're like, hey, we have space in our hotel if you just want to crash, like, you know, you seem like really chill. And I was like, oh, that'd be amazing, thank you. So we ended up like getting along really well. They're actually out in LA like doing animation stuff too, so they're really cool. Saved my life. But I like took like 40 or 50 like chibi commissions, and that's all I did. So I would like stay in, I think at the time like Artist Alley wasn't like closed for Katsucon, so I would just stay down there like working on the commissions, and then that's how I made back. But initially, like all the costs for like, you get down there, you eat food, all this stuff, like my cousin just covered. And then I think I brought some like portfolio things from school to put in like the art show to try to like sell, but it didn't really like fit at all. So then I made back, and then we were like, okay, well, we're down in Maryland. How are we going to get back home? There was no plan of that. So during the con, we met someone who lives in like Queens, right? Turns out that this guy is like notorious and like infamous for constantly being banned on Gaia. Like, you mention his name, I tested it, you mention his name, instant ban, like instant flag. And I was like, I don't know what this person has done, but he's just like, you don't say that name in Gaia. So it was him, and he had a friend, and then he was like, yeah, I'm driving up anyways, like, you know, like if you guys want to hitch a ride. And we were like, oh yeah, cool. So the ride up was really smooth, and it was like fine, chill, dropped us off on the way. And then after that I was like, let me let me not go on the convention forums ever again.